My name is Cornelia. I'm working in talent acquisition, and I've been working as a recruiter for the last 3 years and a half. I've started this channel because I wanted to help people that struggle to find a job and to find the right job for them. And I just wanted to give advice from my personal experience as a recruiter, because I think it's best for people to know things from a person that works in talent acquisition in terms of what you do, what you shouldn't do, how you should create your CV, how you can answer to certain interview questions that appear very often during job interviews, and so on. I also want later on to start making videos in terms of productivity, time management, optimization, and so on. But until then, today's topic is just a follow-up on my interview series in terms of what to do and what you shouldn't do at interviews. And today I wanted to speak about how you should answer to an interview question that a lot of recruiters are asking in the job interview, which is, what is your biggest weakness? Or tell me 3 weaknesses that you have. I wanted to speak about 3 main things. Why the recruiter is asking this. The second one is what you shouldn't do or what you shouldn't say when they ask this. And the third one, how you can answer to this question. And 3 ways how you can construct this answer based on your job description and the role that you apply to. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button. As I said, first of all, I just wanted to speak about the reason behind this question. The recruiter wants to see what you are going to say. And mainly they want to see if the things that you say are in crash with the qualities that a person should have to be successful in this role. For example, if you apply for a data analyst role, right, and you say that you really don't pay too much attention to details, this will be a problem, because in data analyzing, you need to pay attention to details. So if you say this, of course, the recruiter will think that you won't be a good fit for the role. And the second reason behind this question is that the recruiter or the hiring manager wants to see that you are self-aware, wants to see that you know that you have areas that you need to improve. And of course, they want to see that you are doing actionable steps to resolve the issues or to resolve the limitations that you have. That's why when you are asked this question, it's best to follow up with certain steps or with things that you've already done to improve this area that you are lacking. For example, if you are saying that you really don't pay much attention to details and you like to have an overall viewing of the work that you are doing, you can say things within the lines that you start working, improving this, you pay more attention to the details within your work and take more time to find all the things that you need to take into consideration to do your work. Now let's get into the second part, what you shouldn't do. So there are 3 things that you should not say while answering to this question. First of all are cliché answers. These are usually answers that I hear all the time from people that really didn't prepare, or for people that read on the internet a few articles about what they should say to this interview question. The most frequent one that I hear is that I'm a perfectionist. And when you said that you are a perfectionist, and as a recruiter I hear this like 3 or 4 times per day in every interview that I have with candidates, it's hard to believe that everyone is a perfectionist, right? And everyone gets lost into details and want to do everything perfect. I mean, everyone wants to do everything perfect. Perfection is something that everyone wants, but it's something that almost no one can achieve. So yeah, this is a cliché answer, don't do that. Another cliché answer is something within the line that I really want to help my colleagues and I find it hard to say no to them, and that's why I lose time while helping them, and I can concentrate to my own tasks. This is something that I hear a lot because it's a great answer to give when you really don't know what to say, and this applies to a lot of areas and a lot of jobs. If I'm going to hear this answer, I'll know that this is really not your weakness and this is something that you read online. The second type of answer that you shouldn't say is that you don't have any weaknesses. As I said before, the recruiter wants to see that you are self-aware and that you know that you have areas that you need to improve. And if you are saying this, basically you are showing the opposite of that. And let's be serious now. Everyone has areas that they should improve. Everyone has weaknesses and limitation, and it's best to find at least one that you can say, because if you're saying that you really don't have any weaknesses, you will came across arrogant or really not self-aware. The third thing that you shouldn't say is read on things that you read on the internet. I think that I already said this in one of my videos or in multiple videos. The job description is the most important when you are preparing yourself for an interview. You need to read the job description, and if you want to prepare some predefined answer or pre-written answers that you can say during the interview, you need to construct those answers based on the qualities, the requirements, and the things that are written in the job description. That's why when you are trying to say a weakness, don't say random things, say things that are punctual and that refers to the opposite of the qualities that are written in the job description. For example, if I'm recruiting a program manager, and in the job description usually it says to have an overview look of the projects ahead and to find or follow general objective for the company or for multiple projects. If you are telling me that you are paying too much attention to details, this is something that I saw, as you see here, in a lot of sites, I will think that you won't be a good fit for a program manager role, even though you've worked and you have experience as a project manager in your CV, because you are saying this thing, which is a cliche thing, and that isn't applying to the responsibilities that a program manager should have. And this leads me into what you should say in your interview when you are asked this question. There are 3 ways you can answer to this. The first thing is to find things that are opposite to the qualities that are written in the job description. As I said before, if the job description requires you to have a general overview of things, you should not say that you get lost in the details of your work. This is a no-no. The second way is to say things that are unrelated to the job description or to the certain role that you apply to. For example, if you are applying for a role where you shouldn't have leadership experience, right? Let's say that is a mid software developer position, right? Things that you can say here is that you don't have leadership experience. To be a mid software developer, you really don't need to lead people. You can mentor people if you want, but this is not really required of you. And yeah, you can say this thing that you really don't have leadership experience and that you would like to gain one in your next role or to start mentoring new colleagues and so on. This is a thing that it's not related to the expectations of you if you are to get that role, and at the same time is something that the hiring manager could understand that you didn't get the chance to do that or to gain that experience in leadership. And the third thing that you can say is to transform a weakness into a quality. For example, you can say something within the lines that you find hard to ask for help. And this is okay because you can follow up with, I find hard asking for help because I do take ownership of the projects that I'm involved in. I'm a responsible person, and I think that first is my responsibility to resolve all the issues that occur within my work. Of course, if I can't resolve them and I think that I lack some skills or qualities to do that, I will ask for my colleagues' help or for my manager's help because I want to resolve the things as quick as possible and to be on track with the projects and deliver the projects within the timeline that we have. You can transform this weakness into something that you are proud of because you do take ownership of the projects and you are a responsible person. And this is something that the recruiter or the hiring manager will like, of course. Everyone wants a responsible employee. And this example of answer leads me to the last part of this video, which are tips and tricks on how you can anchor a certain weakness or a certain label of a weakness within a context and what to say to impress your hiring manager or the recruiter that you are talking with. You need to take this weakness and to anchor it in a context or in a situation that is harmless. As I said in my previous answer, when you find hard to ask for help from your colleagues or from your manager, I anchored this answer or this weakness into a context. When a problem occurs, I would like first to take responsibility and to try to resolve it myself, and then if I can't, I will ask for my colleagues' help or for my managers. this is something good to do, because you are not really talking about a critical problem that needs to be solved right here and right now. You are just talking about general problems or minor problems that can occur. This is a harmless situation, because if you are telling them that within a critical situation you lost time trying to solve it by yourself, this will be a bad thing, because within critical situations you need to work together and to work with your team lead, with the line manager, colleagues, and so on, to solve it as quick as possible. So yeah, you need to find harmful context where you can anchor that weakness. The other thing that you can do is to say certain steps or actions that you are taking to solve that issue. For example, if you are saying that you are lacking skills or knowledge into working with a certain tool, let's say Excel, you can tell them that you are doing actionable steps, or that you plan to do a course in Excel, or that you plan to see some tutorials on YouTube, or that you already saw some tutorials on YouTube that help you learn Excel better, or help you learn different functions of Excel that can help you use Excel in your next job. And the last tip: if the recruiter is asking you to say weaknesses or weakness, and they don't really name a certain number, let's say 2 weakness, 3 weakness, and so on, you only need to say 1. For example, if they are asking, tell me what's your biggest weakness, or tell me a weakness that you have, or tell me some weaknesses that you have, you only need to say 1, and then stop and wait for the recruiter to ask you either for more or to change the subject and ask you other question. You really don't need to say like 10 weaknesses that you have or 3 weaknesses. You need to say this if the recruiter asks you for a specific 3 weakness that you have. But in other cases, you only need to say 1, because it's an interview and your main goal here is to sell yourself as best as you can and to say the good things that you have, not the bad things or the weaknesses that you have. So yeah, these are mainly all the things that I wanted to speak about. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions or any other subjects that you would like to hear from me. I'll be more glad to say or to discuss things that are an interest of you. Stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you, of course, like the information that you found out from me today. Thank you guys. Bye.